Very good morning to you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our Telecommunications CEO Consumer Forum. I want to welcome you on behalf of the Executive Director of the Uganda Communications Commission, but also in particular the Department of Economic Regulation, Content and Consumer Affairs, who are our hosts today. As part of its mandate, UCC is required to ensure that they are looking out for consumers across the industry and to guarantee that there is good and quality services in communication.
I extend a very warm welcome to all of you. And just to let you know that in fulfillment of the Commission's mandate to promote and safeguard the interests of consumers as regards to the quality of services that they are offered, we come together today to engage in a very vital conversation with a goal to collaboratively explore how these consumers can be served better. Consumer expectations are evolving faster than ever. Communication is no longer just about messages. It's about connection, it's about trust, and it's about transparency. Engaging with our consumers allows us to understand their needs, preferences, and concerns, which is essential for the growth and innovation of the industry. Operators will be presented for effective response, selected and resolved consumer issues under 5 thematic areas that include customer care, pricing, network coverage, SIM card issues, and mobile devices. We look forward to the engaging discussion, but most critically, to the commitments and resolutions to these concerns. We can say very safely that our relationship has evolved into a collaborative partnership to develop the communication sector.
Our overriding goal is to ensure that every voice is heard and every concern is addressed at the highest levels of our industry. The journey is still long and difficult. Far too many people remain without connectivity, and yet our vision is to see a digitally inclusive economy. Yet Uganda looks to leverage ICT to leapfrog economic transformation bottlenecks. With reliable and affordable telecom services, we can transform our communities through improved communication, job creation, better social service delivery, modern agriculture, and industrialization. Our challenge, therefore, is to ensure greater investment in terms of infrastructure to attain greater capacity and wider coverage so as to meet this ever-increasing demand for communication services of high quality. I urge our telecom operator to raise to this challenge. Industry. This forum aims to support efforts in that direction.
When the chief executives brought in the element of who comes in first and who comes last, I would like to say consumers are the foundation of the businesses. Without consumers, there is no business. Without consumer trust and confidence, we have nothing. So consumers in Uganda raise a number of issues with regards to the call centers. Call centers tend to be less responsive or non-responsive, and even issues take long to be resolved.
If I talk about Airtel Uganda as an organization, we always believe in customer centricity. So our ethos and value system is always been around customer centricity, because we always put customer at the core of our business. So everything what we do is towards customer service and customer centricity. But we are actually building a system where when even after the closure of the complaint, if the same complaint is getting repeated, then We know what is the problem, what is the real nature of problem, and we will try to solve it.
The challenge is to get as many people digitally included and participating in the connectivity space. Everybody deserves the benefits of a modern connected life, as we say in MTN. And obviously, as we work on driving literacy, a lot of customers will normally call us, either because they want to get education on how a certain service is used, or they probably have had a challenge that they want us to address. So customer feedback is welcome.
While we provide financial services to our consumers, it is very pertinent that we develop trust with the consumers so that they can transact comfortably. So it is at our forefront in terms of priorities to ensure that we do provide that trust, to also give confidence that the platforms are very secure. And of course, that starts with the SIM card, which holds the wallet. When the PIN is compromised, the customer's mobile money PIN is compromised, then automatically, when you lose your phone, then the person who has stolen your phone is able to transfer your money because they already have your PIN. So the funds are protected for at least 24 hours. I think that's a good measure that we'll put in place so that there's no exposure. What we have done is that we have developed SIM swap APIs, which we have shared with all the banks. Some of the banks are already consuming these APIs, which then provide an additional layer of security for even the bank account to be secure.
We are complaining about this speed which we like. It is too fast. 1 GB, which I used to use for a month, I'm now using it for a few hours because I'm streaming the videos. I can watch DSTV on my phone and so on. So the issue is, are you able to balance this paradox? Because for us as consumers, we want it all. We want the best.
Obviously, as and when the data volume increases, obviously your prices is going down. And if you see, in I think last 3-4 years, the data prices has come down, and it will also further come down if the data consumption grows, because there has to be a balance.
It is recognizable, of course, that competition within the telecom service sector is not as genteel as it should be, and therefore the need to introduce new products and services on the market. However, the complaints from consumers around new products and services relate to the terms and conditions of those products. Ideally, consumers are either unable to or make decisions on the basis of insufficient information about the various products and services.
For me, this is a message to the public and to the country that we are having collaborative partnerships, collaborative engagements towards accelerating digital transformation for this country, which is very, very important. So it is an era where we are putting the customer at the forefront of what we are doing. But also, just like all some of the submissions have been made, we have to have responsible customers. You have to be responsible for the service that you're utilizing. We have to have responsible regulation, responsible service provision, responsible policy, guidance. So all of us have a role to play in balancing ourselves in the ecosystem to deliver a good service, which is speaking to our engagements today. But we need to put more effort in digital skilling. We have done a lot of work in partnership with all of you. And I really, really appreciate the fact that you know that digital transformation is private sector led. We are really grateful as a ministry for some of these outputs that are coming through. And for the CEOs, we appreciate you and request you to continue that kind of spirit of collaboration.
The CEOs from the various telecoms, the senior government people who are here, the consumers who are here. I am sure this conversation has been extremely helpful to all of us in government, the regulator, you, the telecoms, the consumers. And I think we should make this regular so that we don't make it a one-off. We make it regular,
but also, like I said, we also develop it to the lower levels so that our population can be able to participate even in the local languages where they can understand how the telecom sector works.
So as a regulator, I would want, with the utmost courtesy, to invite the CEOs to the platform so that we join hands as a sign of commitment that whatever feedback we receive from the consumers, we take it very, very seriously, and we commit to ensure that we solve those problems.